Chris, tell us why you've decided to re-sign.
Yeah, well, obviously there's plenty of work still to go this year, but really excited with the direction the club's heading, and looking forward to being a part of it in 2014 as well.
Is it going to be a 1 year at a time approach from this point forth?
Yeah, I think so. I think that just sort of suits both parties really. You certainly can't take your football for granted when you get to 30 and over, and it's I guess safer from the club perspective to just do things 1 year at a time. So both parties are happy with how it's worked out. What
was the kind of most important consideration that you had to weigh up when entering the next contract?
Oh, I think from your perspective, you want to make sure that you're able to give 100%, and that's both physically and mentally. And you want to make sure that the club's comfortable with the role you're playing, and they feel that you can really contribute something on the field. So if any one of those things aren't happening, you don't go on, and if all those things are in place, then you're going for another year. You clearly feel like both boxes are ticked from your perspective? Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think I've still got a role to play with the footy club, and I think that we've got some potential here to play some good footy. Was there ever a prospect that you wouldn't finish your career here? No, never. No, look, I've changed clubs once before, and it's a pretty full-on thing to go through, and certainly not something I'd do again. How's the place changed with the arrival of Mick Moldhouse? You've had a big enough sample time with him now to get a sense for how things have changed. Oh, look, I think the group, and that's not just Mick's influence, but I think the general group is maturing and developing, and we're seeing some of our younger players become real senior type footballers. And Mick certainly fastened that up, and he's brought some other people along with him, and I've really enjoyed working with Robbie Wiley again too, who I work closely with from West Coast. So look, I think it's been really good for this group. Does it give a guy in your stage of your career a kind of refresher when a new coach comes in at this stage of your career? Does it have that sort of impact on someone like you? Yeah, look, I think any time you change scenery, or you might change coaches or move to a new club, you certainly have to earn the respect of the new people all over again. And I think that's healthy when you've been in a system for a while. I guess it's like a fresh challenge, and something that I've really enjoyed. And you've seen it all, and you mentioned fresh challenge. Do you continue to kind of remain stimulated by all of that? Yeah, absolutely. And still very stimulated by the by the game. The game keeps changing each year and keeps bringing new challenges. And I guess when if you flow through your career, depending what stage you're at, there's different sort of challenges again. So just really enjoying that, and as I touched on, in the latter stage of my career, we're certainly not taking any of it for granted. And have you sort of given yourself much time to think about what life looks like beyond all of this? Have you started? I'm sure you've been thinking about it, but have you got a clear picture as to what that looks like? I think about it a lot, but I really do chop and change a lot. So hopefully get involved with a small business post-football and go from there, and have sort of some involvement in footy as well, because it has been such a huge part of my life, and something that I really enjoy. So I think I'll always have some sort of involvement in footy, but I don't think it'll be full-time. Mm. You got an idea as to how many years you might have left? Have you got a number? Not in the really. It's just so many variables that you can't control. Whether or not you have any success, how your body's feeling, how your mind's feeling. A myriad of options. How your form is. So it's really not something you can. Not something you can predict, and probably better off not even trying to. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're better off just enjoying what's happening now and appreciating that, and really assessing things at the end of the season or wherever is appropriate. Good luck. Thanks, mate.